Functions. When it comes to functions, it is the most important topic in JavaScript. After learning JavaScript, if you are moving to React, then functions are very useful. In that also, every component we are using functions. So functions are very important topic because in almost every project functions are used. Without functions, we cannot make any project. So why functions are used? A JavaScript function, it's nothing but it is a block of code designed to perform a particular task. Now suppose if I want to sum three numbers, I can write a function and I can execute the code. And again if I want to sum three numbers, I do not have to repeat the code. Directly, I can just change the values and accordingly I will be getting the result. So we can reuse the code, which means we can write once and we can use it multiple times. Practically, we are going to understand about functions. It is very helpful in the projects where you are doing the same thing again and again. So you don't have to write the code again and again. And only by changing the values, you can get different result. So functions allow us to keep our code dry. Dry stands for do not repeat yourself. We are not going to repeat our code. We are just going to call the functions passing different values so that we get result. Again and again, we are not going to write the entire code. Let's see practical examples. I have opened my Visual Studio Code and this will be our 68th video in this JavaScript series. So JavaScript functions are defined using this function keyword. This is the syntax followed by function name. I will write here sum followed by parenthesis. We should be passing this parenthesis. And this is the old way of writing this function. As of now, we have fat arrow function that we are going to see in later session. But understanding function is very important. So function is defined using this function keyword followed by function name. Whatever name you want, you can give. And followed by parenthesis. Then we are just going to open this curly braces. So whatever code we want to write inside this, we will be writing inside this body. I will just write here log. Let me just write here sum of numbers. I will save this. I will open console. Now you can see I have displayed this console inside the function, but the result is not displayed. I will copy the same line and outside if I just do console, I will be getting the result. But inside function, I am having console, but still I am not able to get the result. Why? Because whenever we are defining function, to get the result, we have to invoke that function. We have to call that function. So calling function will be outside the function block. Whatever function name we have, same name followed by parenthesis semicolon. I will save this. Now you can see I will be getting the result. Whatever data I am having inside the function, that can only be displayed if we call the function, or you can call as if we invoke the function. While defining this function, you don't have to write here semicolon because only for variables, suppose if I just create one variable, here we can write the semicolon, but for defining functions, we do not have to write semicolon. Okay, this is the syntax of function. Function name, parenthesis, and inside curly braces, we will be writing the result. And this function name, you can give letters, you can give numbers, you can give underscore. Whatever rules we have for normal variables, the same rules will be followed for the function names. Now starting, I cannot start with number. If I just write here 1, you can see I will be getting the error. An identifier or keyword cannot immediately follow a numeric literal. So it can start with underscore. Underscore I will not be having any problem. I will save. Again I will get the result. Now in between if I just write some numbers, it is not going to generate any error. I will be getting the result. And also we can use this dollar symbol After you, I will save this. I will not be having any error. So same rules, whatever we have for normal variables, the same rules will be followed for this function name as well. Okay, this is our basic function, normal function. Now I just want to add two numbers. So what we will be doing, I will just create one function, and inside this I will give, let me write here add. Inside this function, I will be creating two variables. Let x is equal to 10. Let y is equal to 20. And inside console.log, I just want to print x plus y. X plus y. I will save this. No result is displayed because we have not called the function. I will call the function. Now the result is 30. 10 plus 20. Now suppose I just want to add 40 plus 30. Now again I cannot come to my function. I cannot change this one. Suppose if you are using this code multiple times, again you have copied, again you have pasted, you can see our code will be looking ugly, and also we are taking lot of space. So to avoid this one, what we will be doing, we will be passing parameters inside this. Let me pass here x comma y. I want to add two numbers, so I am passing x and y. I don't have to write this. Directly I can just write console.log, and inside this I just want to print x plus y. Now while calling this function, whatever parameters I have passed, for them I have to give the values, and this is called as arguments. So inside function name we pass parameters, and while calling the function we give argument. That is, for this parameters we are just giving some values. I will give 1 comma 1. What I am saying, 1 will be assigned to x and this 1 will be assigned to y. So 1 plus 1, I should be getting the result as 2. You can say I got the result as 2. Now here if I give 40, 1 will be assigned to x and 40 will be assigned to y. So the result will be 41. Now suppose I just want to add 3 and 4. Again I can call this function 3 comma 4, save. I will be getting the result. So I do not have to repeat the code. I can simply call the function passing different values and I will be getting different result. According to our situation, we can just invoke this function and we can give the values. So using the simple examples, you understood why functions are used. It is used to reduce the code, and also it is helpful in reusing the code. We do not have to repeat our code multiple times. Directly we can invoke the function, pass different arguments and get the result. Let me just remove this parameters, and here let me just remove this. I will remove this entire thing, and inside this I have just written add. I will save. Now while calling the function, I will just create one separate variable. Let x is equal to add. Now I will be printing x. I will save this. You can see I got the result as add, and here I got the result as undefined because I have created separate variable and I am just printing x. So whenever we are passing like this, whenever we are assigning function to separate variable, and when we display this one, we get the result as undefined. Now you can just click on this. You can see at this line we are getting the result as undefined. I will come to console. So directly you can just call the function without assigning to this variable. Now suppose if I just remove this parenthesis, I will save this. Now you can see the entire function, whatever I have written, entire function definition will be written. If I write here parenthesis, then I will be getting the result. But if I don't write parenthesis, entire function definition will be returned as my output. So you should be very careful whenever we are calling function. It is important that we have to pass parenthesis, or else a function definition will be returned. Now suppose here I have created one variable, let x is equal to 10, and inside this I just want to print x. I will remove this entire thing. I will write add, save. Now you can see I got the result as 10. Now again if I just print here log x, I will save. I will be getting reference error, x is not defined. Why? Because let we have used and these variables are local variables. So their life will be starting when the function is created and their life will be ending when the function is executed, when the function is ending. So outside if I try to print, I will be getting the error. And also we know let is a block scope. So their life will be only till inside the function. Outside the function, we cannot create this one. I can create again let x is equal to 90. Save. Now you can see I will be getting the 90. So you should be very careful. Now if I just write here var, I will just comment it out. Save. For var also, I will be getting x is not defined. Why? Because these variables, whatever we are defining inside the function, are local variables. Either if we use let var const, we are going to get this error. We cannot access this variable outside the function because their life will be starting and ending inside the function itself. So that is the reason same variable names can be used outside the function and they can be given different result. Same thing if I just remove this function, I will remove this function as well, function invoke. Here I will write let. I will save this. Again you can see for let also, as it is a block scope, I cannot use outside this and I will be getting the error. And here if I just write another, same result I will be getting. But here if I just write here var, I will just comment it out. I will save. For both I will be getting the result. But inside function, if we use var, then also the variables are local variables and the life will be starting and ending inside the function itself. So you should be very careful on functions. Function will always be starting with function keyword followed by function name, and this function name has the same rules as we have for variables, and then they should be having parenthesis, and inside curly braces we will be writing this code. So to print the result inside the function, we should invoke or call the function, only then we will be getting the result. And if we want to give multiple values, if we want to get multiple result for different numbers, then we can pass parameters inside the function. And while calling the function, we can pass arguments inside that. And also we have seen function variables are local variables. Their life will be starting and ending inside the function itself. We cannot access that variable outside the function, but the same variable name can be created outside the function and can be given different result. So this is all about function. This is the normal function. Later on we are going to see about fact arrow function, and there is one more important topic in function, that is return keyword. Return keyword is also very important, that we are going to see in next session.